Okay, our next topic, Reform UK. They're doing very well, but a lot of people are concerned about, the recent the Conservative MPs that have joined up. They're saying it's Tories 2.0. What's your thoughts about that, young Bob?
So firstly, on an ideological level, of course, I agree with their socially conservative policies. They've made it moderate to say we don't like illegal or irregular forms of migration. Economically, they're just Thatcherites. Farage himself had a deep admiration for Thatcher, which is a shared admiration to Kemi Badenoch and Farage. So they are just wet Tories. And when the wet Tories begin to join Reform, it demonstrates that their ideology is now compatible with that conservatism that failed for years on end. So I think that Reform UK don't represent this reform. If we actually look at why Farage is gaining so much popularity, is because he kind of opened, and this is what Trump said in his inauguration speech, he won from the lost people. Farage is trying to win over the lost people, which are on the working class right. And they're beginning to lose that support because they're importing a bunch of Tories, which everyone knows they are the people that put this country in that state.
Look, I think Nigel Farage has reinstated the centre-right, okay? And I used to work for him actually in the communication strategy, but I think he's also made a few mistakes, to be completely honest. I don't think he should have outcasted people like Rupert Lowe. I don't think he should betray people, the Tommy Robinson crowd, because that's also part of the right, And I think Advance UK, yes, they're supported by Elon Musk. And Elon Musk had some savory words to say about Nigel Farage. But I think overall, Nigel Farage will be the next prime minister.
The thing is, people outside, and I spoke to Ben Habib about this, people outside of Twitter world who don't know what on earth is going on with Elon Musk, they don't know about this Advance UK.
Yes, that's the thing.
If you've got
that's
someone who's just watching BBC,
because
ITV...
they're not on the, because they're not in any polling data. So no one in the country is being posed the question where an option is Advance UK. Now, slowly, as councillors start to defect to the party, and mind you, I'm not a member of Advance UK, I think that they share too much in the beliefs of Reform UK in order for them to rightfully schism within the political party. I think it's a lot of superstition surrounding the legitimacy of Farage. I do think he's a genuine guy. However, I don't think he goes far enough in terms of his right-wing politics. So
maybe that's coming. Maybe he has to bring over the sort of more middle ground.
But is it worth investing in this promise that is potentially true, but he won't admit, that he's essentially capitulating his right-wing positions in order to be more electorally viable towards left-wing
But again,
support?
we're in a bubble. We're in a Twitter bubble, us three. The average person, they watch Match of the Day, they go down the pub, and they're not going to sit there and do all this investigating. All they know is, I know Robert Jenner.
But they
I know him, and that's a big name.
But you're trying
and
to...
No, just let me finish. So what they're seeing is a legitimate party, like the Tory party, suddenly, they're all going to reform. This is interesting. This looks more legit. Again, you've got to get out of that Twitter bubble. This is how the average person thinks. They don't do the research. All they can see is that people are going to reform. Oh, that looks good because I liked that Conservative MP. He said the right things and now they're going to reform. So it is a good move because I think Nigel Farage is looking at people who are outside of our bubble.
I don't think it's necessary. So if you look at their strategy, so at their recent conference, they admitted that they were going to try to win over traditionally Lib Dem held seats. And if you look at the way that they won over their constituencies, it's through grassroots campaigning, which means that they're already ideologically engaged with the content that they will be disputing over, such as migration, right? So when it comes to winning over the progressive left, they're always going to fail, which is the problem. So when you're trying to remove elements such as Rupert Lowe, Ben Habib, when you try to sound more like your left wing or centre right wing, accepting candidates from the Green Party, it's not going to move anyone, just as much as Keir Starmer moving towards reform voters isn't going to win over anyone. The problem is that because we live in a first-past-the-post system, we are now trying to engage different people, different groups of people, winning them over, even though that's not going to happen. But they have to in order to win. Because polling data suggests, and if you look at any poll which asks which party will you not want to vote for the most, Reform always poll the highest. So Reform are in this interesting situation where they have to win over the left. They're failing to already, and they're slowly eroding their right-wing support base because they've called out Tommy Robinson. They kicked out Rupert Lowe.
Well, I would put a lot of people that I know are right-wing, even though they probably don't consider themselves right-wing, are still voting for Reform because it is our last chance.
Yeah. Can I just add something to that quickly?
Last point, and then we'll go on to
because
our
look, we have the uni party now. The Conservatives and Labour became the same party, and that's why Reform is winning now. And I think Advance is almost outflanking it. But then I do agree. I think in the last election, I told this to Nigel Farage directly. I said to him, stop speaking so much about immigration because it makes you come across racist. You can use that as a comment.
I disagree. I think he should carry on talking about immigration.
Speak about it. But Donald Trump, for example, didn't just win on the immigration. He won on economy.
But the immigration's a bigger problem in Britain than it is in America.
No, of course. But if you look, in every single debate, every single answer he gave started with immigration. I just don't think that's the right strategy because it makes you come across racist. And I think you should speak
I actually think fix immigration.
I agree.
You fix about 80% of the problems that we're facing.
Didn't Trump win off?
Yeah, that was one of the things.
80%.
One of the things he won on was the immigration. But another thing he won on was the economy and bringing businesses back and making it a business hub. Also, another thing he won, defeating the woke mind virus, giving freedom of speech back, not banning platforms like X and not arresting people. So I think Nigel Farage should focus on a wider spectacle of things.
Which he is doing.
Yeah, which he's doing now more so compared to the last election.
I'm going to finish that on I would say, give them a chance. Give them a chance, okay? Yeah. Otherwise, it's Labour all over again.
Exactly.
Okay,